Well, good people, we're going to start our 623 show here in a moment, about 3 more minutes. Hope everybody is doing okay and doing the best they can to try to stay cool as possible. It's hot out there, children. It's hot. It's hot out here, man. What up, Lou? What up, Dean? What's going on, y'all? How y'all making out? We're going to do this show before we get back out to celebrate 623 Day. Got a lot of contract surveys filled out already. We're going to get our members in the right frame of thought. We getting ready to fight, man. Constantly fight. And we'll talk about some things that's going on in our local, what's going on nationwide, some partnerships that we just shored up with 623 and some other organizations to help us continue to fight for working class people, labor in general, the community at large. All right, let's get this thing started here. Mr. Johnson, what's happening? How y'all making out? Yeah, just a minute, guys. We're gonna start at 9:30. So if you in Philly, go ahead and turn your radio dial to 92.9 WOOM, South Philadelphia Community Radio. Giving you another edition of the 623 radio show. And sorry, guys, haven't been able to do this like I would like because the job, very, very busy. And this is the political season now. So I really don't have no time. And today, I really wanted to just give a quick recap to what happened at the convention, what we got going on at 623, how we celebrating 623 Day today. All right, good people. Welcome to another edition of the 623 radio show. It is 9:30. This is WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. Again, if you are watching this show live and you're in Philadelphia, please tune in, turn your dial to 92.9 FM. Everybody that's watching across the country will be definitely streaming this live, as well as on YouTube and Instagram and wherever else we need to think this go to. So first, I would just want to say thank everybody for participating this morning in our 623 Day so far. We're going to be out there for the rest of the day. Listen, everybody's excited, ready to fight for a new contract in 2023. Again, we're not waiting until next year or whatever the case may be. We're not waiting for whoever wins the IBT election. We're starting right now because we can't wait around. 2013 was a bad year. 2018 was a bad year. And the members are the ones that suffer. So instead of pointing the finger at this person or that person, we're going to do what we can here at 623. All right. So a couple of things before we get into that. To our safety committee members, our safety committee co-chairs, in the fall of the year, around September, we will be taking you guys off the job for some training with Philipposh. We have a partnership with them. They're going to help get our safety committee members more in tune and more in line with safety, not with what UPS wants, but what we as members and the labor community, what we think safety should be in our job site. So that's going to be happening real soon. Philipposh 623. We're going to be working with our safety committee members to get them up to speed on a lot of things outside of what UPS is saying that we can and can't do. That contract is very, very vague, and you guys know UPS really could care less about safety. So our partnership with Philipposh will give us more of an extra layer of defense when it comes to safety. All right, so that's one thing. Also, July 2nd, that's on Friday. I'm very, very proud to announce this. We've been working with these guys. Yeah Philly. Yeah Philly is a organization that helps young people from 18 to 21 in every manner of life. Well, this Friday we have our first ever orientation with Yeah Philly about union jobs and union orientation, getting our young people more acclimated to what a union can do for them, them now, them in the future, them for their children if they have them, and their communities. And with this whole thing about Amazon, I think is very, very important that we hit the workers where Amazon is going to get the biggest block of their workforce, which is going to be young people and Black and brown communities. So if we can get to them now before they start working and talk to them about the union advantage, the advantages of being in a union, the advantages of having a collective bargaining agreement, I think when it comes time for us to organize Amazon, it will be a much easier feat if we already hit them before Amazon gets to them, or any employer, any non-union employer. If we can get to these young people, these workers before they start working, it bodes well for us. And I think this partnership with Yeah Philly is going to be dynamic for our local, for the communities where our members live in, and for our families. Also, July 4th is still on. I don't know if the Oz camp is going to send some people or how that's going to work, but we do have a contingency plan. If they come or don't come, it's going to be all right. So either it's going to be a debate, either it's going to be a town hall or a round table. So we got some things just in case they just show up without saying anything, or they don't come at all. We do have some contingency plans in place to make sure the members get to hear what is the next leadership plans look like for the IBT. And also the Philadelphia Inquirer, they'll be there as well, because the whole Amazon piece is very, very, it's a hot topic for them right now. And for whoever wins this next IBT election, they're going to be at, hopefully, well, we at least know one of them going to be at the hall on Sunday. That could be spread out to the Philadelphia area and surrounding areas. They could, those members can see what the plans are for organizing and growing our Teamsters organization. So July 4th is a lot of things going to happen. To all my UPSers, it's July 5th you off, and for July 4th, the max is going to be an hour and a half. We're going to start at 12. We're going to end at 1:30. So you're talking about an hour and a half to understand what's at stake for the next 5 years. All right, it's just that simple. We complain and we talk about this, we talk about that. But here's another opportunity for us to sit down and talk to the candidates that are looking to be our new leadership at the IBT level. So 12 o'clock, 4369 Richmond Street. We're going to be talking to the candidates, their plans, membership-based, not officer-based, not delegate-based, not this side, not the our side based, not the power slate based, but a membership-based debate on the issues that affect our membership. All right. So again, if you are a UPS worker, you're off that Monday, and you're talking about an hour and a half from 12 to 1:30. All right. We're going to stream it. The Inquirer is going to be there. It's going to be recorded. We're going to have the moderators. So the choice is up to you guys. But we're going to be there. We're going to be ready to rock and roll. And I'll put this up later on so everybody will know what's happening for that debate on July 4th. Again, it's only going to be an hour and a half from 12 to 1:30. We got some contingency plans just in case if one side still doesn't decide to come, or if they come at the last minute, or they send some people. However the case may be, we have a plan in place for all scenarios. All right, all scenarios, we got it covered. So don't worry about that. This is for the membership to come out and see what is going on, who's going to be the next leaders, what their plan is for the membership. It's just that simple. If we can't keep complaining about engagement, participation, and voting when we don't do these types of things. Debate is healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy. And that's what we need to engage in. Our members deserve it, and we need to give it to them. So, as you guys know, this is 623 Day. Great day so far. And I just want to give a pause for celebration. Celebration. All right, so the last 18 months has been a very difficult time. We had to go through COVID, negotiate new contracts for one of our employers. And I can tell you guys this, the money is growing. We actually signed up new members in one of the shops that we're going after during our convention. That's a good thing. As of to date, from January of 2020 up until now, we have a total of about $176,000 in grievance payouts since last year. Hey, Hector, I don't know if the Oz team is coming. If not, then it'll just be like a town hall roundtable type thing. So I don't know. The letter that I got from the Oz camp was, there was no commitment. They want the OES to be involved, which is the election supervisor, that kind of thing. So there was no commitment. I'm not saying they're not going to come. I'm not saying they will come, but there was no commitment. So there was no commitment for or no commitment against. That's all I can tell you. So if not, then it'll just be town hall, round table type situation, so the message can get out about what these candidates will try to do for our membership. That's all I can tell you. All right, but again, we're going to be back out there for the rest of the day at the gates, water ice, more contract surveys, more giving out some wristbands, some lapel pins, some stickers for your cars. We'll be out there giving that stuff out. Again, great response this morning. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for participating. And this is how we win right here. This is how we win against the company. By organizing early, being transparent, being honest, being purposeful, being active and being proactive. That's how we can do it. Well, Joan, listen, them guys could come. Listen, I sent the letters out. I got a response from one group. Like I said, no commitment for or against. So it's my responsibility to get everybody's message out there. This is a very, very, very important election. This is for the soul of the Teamsters. It really, really is. And again, I'm not going to get into all the political antics. The members need to look these people face to face, get their concerns met, get their questions answered. I don't understand the negative rhetoric of a debate. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, I'll say this. I do get it. I know it's political, and I get all that. And listen, that's just not my cup of tea. We got to fight these employers. We got to grow from 1.3 to 2.3. Those are the things that we got to focus on. One thing I will say this. I found out, being an officer, is that we are taught, especially when it comes to politics, and I fell victim of this by my own doing before. We are taught systemically to hate anybody that opposes or is against our ideas. I see it, and I see it clearly. Man, do I see it clearly? Because how can you have someone who fights the company religiously, daily, day in, day out, constantly, and still gets the negativity. And listen, I know it's not just gonna come of politics. Now I could see if we was trash, we weren't getting grievances filed, we weren't getting them met. I could understand if the company was doing what they wanted to do. I could tell if the money, if we was blowing through the money. I could understand some of the negative rhetoric, and it would be due and it would be warranted. But if it's about the company and the employers, then let's keep it about that. I just don't get it. But again, I finally understand why we are taught systemically that you have to hate anybody that does not agree with what you agree with, especially when it comes to politics. And I see that. I see it. My eyes are wide open, and I see it. And I'm taking a record. I am. I got a mental record of what's going on. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So, again, thank you guys again for this morning. We're going to continue to be out there. It's not over. This is a day of celebration and preparation, celebration for everything that we've been through as a local throughout this year. Again, the money is well over where we were when we started, almost $1 million more. The grievances are, listen, in our 18 months, we got about $175,000 dollars in grievance payouts that went back out into our families, our members, the children, the community, all that stuff, man. So it's really good. It's really good. I can't wait for you guys to come back to the Union Hall. So this is how we're going to do this. So September, we're going to open up the Union Hall, but we're going to do it like this. So before we start getting back into the business of the Union, man, we want to have a big cookout, a big party. Come down there. It's probably going to be the second week after. It's going to be after Labor Day. Have a big cookout, man. Bring your family. Enjoy the hall. And then the last week in September is when we're going to do the actual union meeting. We're going to talk about the finances, opening up the books. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. But before we start talking about the business of the union, man, we want to get back into just enjoying each other. We are brothers and sisters. We may not agree, but I want to do that, man, because this COVID, this pandemic, all this stuff, man, has kept us apart for so long. And I want to make sure that before we start getting back into the business, that we understand. Listen, we're not enemies. We're brother and sister. We're not going to agree. Our employers are our biggest threat. It's just that simple. Until we realize that, I think nothing is going to change. We need a transformational, generational, cultural change. That's what we need at the IBT level. Because if you look at what's going on with the employers and the non-union workers, they're watching. They're watching what we do because we're the biggest and the baddest men and women on the block. So what we do and how we act translate onto what is going to happen with them. And we got to be careful. We got to be careful. We got to be very, very careful with how we respond to certain things. That's why that's why on Facebook, man, when y'all see all this stuff coming down, what is the next thing I do? I put something up about how we fighting the company, about a contract survey, about how much money that we fighting and got for our members, the jobs, because I refuse to feed into that negativity when the company watches everything we do. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that, and I'll never forget this. So January the 8th, 2020 was our first ever meeting as elected officials at 623. So we had this meeting with the company, and the very first thing they say, not about the contract, not about this and that, it was about something that they saw on Facebook that was going on. And they took some shots because of what they saw on social media, because they pay attention. So I refuse to go back and forth with anybody on Facebook about anything that has nothing to do with fighting the company. I refuse. It's not going to happen. If it's not about fighting the company, which we do every day, If it's not about winning for our members, which is what we do here at 623 every single day, then I'll have no rap for you. Vote for who you want to vote for. You won't get no argument out of me. Dude, we got bigger fish to fry. It's just that simple, man. And we got to get out of that mindset that because if you vote for this person, you're my enemy. Or if I vote for my person, then I'm your enemy. No, we all brothers and sisters, no matter who you vote for. The company watches everything we do. Everything. So why would I give them something to use against us? I'm not going to do that. Like today. And I'm going to say it. So we have our 623 day today, right? And and shout out to Vinny Perone. I want to give a big shout out to him. Now he is in, he's been campaigning up and down the East Coast. He's in Maryland. And he was going to stop today, going back up to New York City. But I said, hey, Vinny, we doing our contract surveys. It's 623 day. We've been promoting this. It's about our members, not about politics. Vinny said, you know what, man? All right, I'll go to another area. That's respect, that's honor, and that's dignity. That's why I love that dude. He always will have my support. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we need more. Listen, I love Vinny, straight up and down. It's just that simple. I wish we had 24 Vinnies running for office right now, but we don't. But on the other hand, we had another group come out there today, our supporters. I didn't get a call. They knew about it. They knew what we were doing today. They could have came out there yesterday. They could have came out there tomorrow. This is 623 day. This is about our members getting a contract. It's not about politics. And so this is why. And now, if we go back and forth with them while we out there, then the company wins. We on the company grounds. They are watching. Now we go back and forth because it's not right that all that stuff went on like that. Then the company wins. You understand? The company wins when you do that. And again, big shout out to Vinny for doing it the right way. These other guys, man, listen, I get it. I know the beef and the feelings. They're gonna have to get over it, man, because it's not gonna change. And doing stuff like that, it's not gonna help your position when it comes to what we're trying to do here at 623. You know, we out there for our members, not for anybody. Power Slate ain't out there. Listen, I don't get it, man. This is 623 day. This is a day we designate. This is our second annual one. It's focused on them, contract, how we plan on fighting the company. They could have came out there yesterday. They could go out there tomorrow. But again, shout out to Vinny for being respectful. Always respect him. Always will have my support. Other people, no, absolutely not. And the reason why is because stuff like that right there. Politics do not go before membership. Members are greater than the politics. And until we get that, we're always going to be subservient to the company and to our IBT officials. That's why it is very, very important that we get our members out there and vote. If they don't vote, we lose. I don't care who your candidate of choice is. If we have minimal participation, the company will have maximum domination. Minimal participation, the employee will have maximum domination. I don't care who you put in there. It's just that simple. So we gotta make a choice, members, not just of 623, but everywhere. We gotta make a choice of what is most important. Is politics more important than fighting the employer? We got to do that right now, because these next 5 months, man, they're going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal, and I don't want our members to be sacrificed because somebody want to get elected. It shouldn't be that way. And again, I see clearly now more than I ever saw before. As Teamsters, we are taught systemically to hate anybody that does not agree with us. We are. I listen, I fell prey to it back in the day. I understood. I mean, listen, if my leaders told me something, I don't care what you told me, I was going to go along with them. And you were dead to me if you went against the previous administration for a time. And now I see it. Now sitting on this side, I understand it and I see it, and we got to break that cycle, man. You can't trash people because they don't agree with what you agree with. How we expect to grow as a family if I got a difference of opinion, you tear me down because the employers are watching and the non-union workers are watching. They're watching. Why would I join an organization that you're telling me that I should be a part of, that when I try to use my voice, you want to tear me down? Dude, I don't need that. I'm paying you to disrespect me? Come on, man. That's not what this is about. And I know it's not going to happen overnight. And I know some people may try to look at this and, oh, hooker. No, man, this is real. This is real. And we need to take heed to this message. It's not about the politics. It's about the members. You know, we had a conversation out there with some Oz guys this morning about this. And we're not going to go back and forth, man. We're not. It's about our members. Support who you want to support. It's just that simple. But but again, I'm taking a record because, again, Vinny did the right thing. And I appreciate him for that. And that's honorable. That's leadership. What these other guys did, man, that's just trying to be a bully. And you guys already know how I feel about bullies. Dude, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. So, 623 members, pay attention. Nah, Paul. No, we got this like little what you call them? Like a little area upstairs in the radio station that I do the show from time to time. Haven't done it in a while. So this is where we do it at. No, but it was not a bathroom, though. No, Paul, it's not a bathroom, brother. No. But again, man, I just really want to come on here, man, and just say I appreciate the support from our members. And again, a lot of the stuff that we hear and that I see is from people from the outside and not in our local. Because when I talk to the people in our local, all of us, it's totally different from what you hear from the outside. See, people got this, they get the information from people on the outside who are not here. And yeah, it's bad. Nah, Paul. I don't. No. They're not service. I know they're not. I don't know what they are, but they're not service. Yeah. But again, man, this morning was great. A lot of positive feedback. We're going to continue to do it all day today. We're going to hit our day sort members, Twilight, Midnight, both buildings, drivers, everybody, feeder guys, and shout out to the rank and file committee, Kim McThomas, Mike Regal, and a big shout out to Mike Regal, man. His dedication. Got out for work, came straight out, start ripping and running with the members. Who else we got? Robert Trainer, Ryan Boyd. Man, it's just a great day. 623 day. We're celebrating preparation celebration for 2023. We got to win, man. We can go back and forth with what other people are doing, what people are saying. We can talk about Hoffa, we can talk about O'Brien, we can talk about Verma, but at the end of the day, we got to look each other in the eye, be a man, be a woman, look in the mirror and say, what are we doing as individual Teamsters to make sure that we get the best contract possible? What are we doing? What are we doing? Listen, I know the IBT is instrumental, but the bulk of the responsibility falls on the local. And again, I didn't get all that until I became an officer. So it's one thing when you're on the outside, people telling you this and they're telling you that, man, but when you are in the chair and you in the seat, man, it's hot and heavy. You it's all on you. It's not the IBT, it's you. And today is a representation of that day. Everything that 623 does is for every member. It's from the member like Junior with 50 years of seniority down to the young lady that I met today. Her name is Alexandria. 2 months seniority. That's what this is about. It's from Junior down to Alexandria. From 50 years of seniority down to 2 months of seniority. That's what this is about. That's what 623 Day is about. It's about getting them the best contract possible. Not waiting for the IBT. Not waiting for the joint council, not waiting for this, not waiting for that. The bulk of our dues go to the local. So the bulk of the responsibility should fall on the local. It's our job to get the members out there and vote. And listen, that's what we're going to be doing, man. And I take full responsibility for the delegate. Listen, we sent out 6,400 ballots for our delegate election. We got about 522 back. I take sole responsibility for it. Even though we won 4-1, the winning is not everything. It really isn't. It's not. We didn't do any campaigning. We didn't talk about it. I think we put out one flyer and stood at the gate maybe for a couple hours. That's all we did. That's not leadership. And I take full responsibility for that. But from now on, seeing what I'm seeing, especially what I saw this morning, with the total disrespect, we out there, everybody knew about it, and that's why I got mad respect for Vinny Perone. I just got mad respect for that brother, man. I do, and for how these other guys handled it, man, that was totally disrespectful. But again, that's who they always been, and that's who they always will be. There's not going to be no change with some of these people that's running for office, and they keep proving it to us. And we can either fall for it, or we can speak truth to power and call it out for what it is. And that's what we're going to do here at 623. We're not going to, listen, we're going to ruffle some feathers. We're not going to get invited to the barbecues. They're going to talk bad about us. They're going to call me a monkey behind my back, call me the N-word. I don't care. I don't care, because I got a job to do. And I don't care what people say. We're going to do what's best for 623. Dr. Cooper said something on our show on Sunday, and it was profound, and it was right on time. She said, we got to do, as a principal officer, we have to do what's best for our local. That's what I'm going to do. That's what we've been doing from January 1 of 2020. No matter what the naysayers say, all the politicians, we still have been coming out on top. And we will always come out on top, no matter what people say, because of the work that each individual do on the staff and the officers and the BAs. That's why we're going to continue to come out on top. We don't care nothing about politics. We don't care how people feel. And you know what? And I hear, well, on the other side of this break, it's 10 o'clock. I got to go on break. On the other side of this break, there's this word called loyalty that people want to use now, and we're going to talk about that word, and we're gonna get down in it. All right. So again, you're listening to WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of the 623 Radio Show. Hey, Miss Spears, how you doing? How y'all doing out there on the West Coast, man? Is it hot like it is over here? If it's 100 over here, it's probably got to be about 200 over there, man. It's hot over here. Man, it's hot. But thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody that's in Philly, tune in to 92.9 FM, WOOM. Again, we're streaming this show live on Facebook, and later on, sometime probably tomorrow, I will be putting it on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, so people can get down with it. And also, when we come back from break, we're going to talk about the part-timer news. We got some news for the part-timers. It's just a lot of good things happening, man, at 623. And I just don't want them to be overshadowed because of people and their political feelings, man. This is not about politics, man. People are not going to vote if we keep beating them up about their political beliefs. That's crazy to me. You know, it's just the same cycle perpetuating itself over and over and over again. I just don't get it. Oh yeah, good brother, 623 Lives Matter. That's the YouTube channel. Man, we got it. We hitting up everything, man. I think I might have messed up this commercial break, y'all. It's been a long time since I did this. I think I did. So we got about two more minutes. Well, about a minute and a half before I come back from break. So, yeah. And I'm just so excited about what we got going on here, man. And I keep a lot of it to myself because a lot of things I'm learning is don't tell everybody everything. Sometimes you got to win in private. You know what I mean? And so everybody else can win in public. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm learning. When I first got in the office, I felt like I had to tell everybody everything that we were doing to show that we were doing something. You know what I mean? But also, when you do that, you give the enemy an opportunity to try to attack and to try to stop what you're doing. You know, and but I'm not worried about that. If God is for you, you ain't got to worry about nobody else. You know, I don't mean to get biblical, but at least I'm off air, so you know what I mean. Yeah, man, I can't wait till this whole political stuff is over with, man, because it's really taken away from the opportunity from our members to really see what the teams could really be. You know, we're taken away from that. All right, good people, we're back. Thank you for listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. We're giving you another edition of the 623 Radio Show. Again, if you want to make a donation to the radio station, you go to www.spcr.org. That's www.spcr.org. No amount is too small or too big. If you enjoy the show, keep the show on at this station. Listen, just make a small donation. And I apologize to our members, 623, for not being able to do this show on a regular basis. I get texts and phone calls and messages about, hey, Hooker, man, don't forget about the show. We get our information from there. And again, I apologize. I'm going to try my best to make a better effort in making this show more available, even if I have to just do it at home. But again, it's better to do it on the radio so people can listen into it, not just 623 members, but even if you're not even a union 623 Teamster, if you're just looking to join the Teamster, just to hear this information about how we are trying to progress our local and the labor movement is good. So, part-timers, man, listen, let's go. Let me set this up for you. So, I know at our Zoom general membership meeting, I told everybody about what the company was trying to get us to do in order to get these jobs. And this also debunks this whole thing that you hear about me in favor of the 22-4. I'm not in favor of the 22-4. Everybody knows that, but again, the negativity from the outside kind of tells people a certain thing, and I don't go back and forth like that, so people have their own mindset of what they want to believe. So at our panel, the company wanted me to agree to, hey, what's up, man? They wanted me to agree to increase the number of 22-4s. I said no, absolutely not. And they also said, well, Hooker, if you do that, then we'll give you all these jobs, inside jobs. So they wanted me to sell out one group in order to better another group. I said, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. So when people tell you that I'm for the 22-4s, it's all political. I'm telling you, we fight against them. The company wants to increase them. I said no. And guess what? We end up getting those 20 jobs anyway, and they're going to the part-timers. So those jobs will be up. I think Bagby was going to hang them up today. There are 20 jobs. No 22-40s or 22-3 jobs. Inside jobs. So if you got seniority, be on the lookout for this call, because you will get a call for one of these jobs. All right. So there was a discrepancy in the beginning, because when we first were told about these jobs, the company was telling us, oh, these jobs go to the full-timers. Man, Bagby said, no, New jobs go to the dovetail list, right? So we went back and forth, put the list up. And so now we got to put another list, because after talking to the district labor manager, okay, Hooker, you guys are right. We'll put the new list up, 20 brand new jobs for our part-timers, and there's going to be more coming. But again, this is the thing. The company wanted to try and make us increase that number of the 22-4s for these jobs. We end up getting those jobs anyway. All right. So again, when y'all hear this kind of stuff, this is my number. It's 267-235-1588. Anything you hear politically, anything you hear about the contract, any concern you have, 267-235-1588. That is it. Please, don't listen to all this other foolishness on Facebook, social media. That's not what this is about.
So, just clarify, right? The jobs that are hung up now, they are for the dovetail list. That's what everyone was telling me.
Right. But we got to put a new list up, because what they told us.
Error,
right.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. So, yes, Chris. There's going to be a new list of signs going up today or tomorrow. But I know Bagby, I think tonight. When we out there for our 623 day, we'll be putting that up in the buildings. All right. So, loyalty. I was hearing some things about that, especially this morning. Like I said, we had some Oz supporters out there this morning at PHL, and they were talking about loyalty because Fred swore us in and everything like that, and we appreciate that. We appreciate Fred. But I would just say this about loyalty. This is the thing that I want you guys to do. There is a young lady at the 2016 convention. She got up to the microphone. She was called a B. She was called all types of the C word. She was disrespected at no end. So a lot of other people. But there's something about when a woman gets disrespected that always bothers me. She was up there getting trashed. They was calling her out her name. And she took it. She took it for the Teamsters United movement. Her name is Kimberly Schultz. Kimberly Schultz is not running with the Teamsters United. Now, listen, I'm not. This is not a shot at them, because I don't know about it to change the narrative. But we're talking about loyalty, and we can't try to make loyalty mean what we wanted to mean when we wanted to mean it. She got destroyed. She got destroyed for that movement. And she's not running with them. Why? Now, that's disloyal. She took all kind of stuff. Whenever a woman gets disrespected like that, it does something to me, man. It does something to me, and I still see her face, the embarrassment from her brothers and sisters. She didn't do nothing wrong. But we want to talk about loyalty. But that's again.
I agree. I say this, I agree.
Right.
That name calling stuff and all that other stuff needs to get out of the picture.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
But
the focus should always be
on the company,
protecting the members' rights and stopping the company and doing God knows whatever the hell they want.
Absolutely.
Just believe me.
That is the
Not
key.
Anybody, all of us here, can watch them 24/7 hours a day.
Right.
There's too many of them.
Too many.
And very few of us that are willing to go out and raise the flag.
Absolutely.
Draw the grievance up. And spend time away from our families to do such.
Right. So again, if we want to talk about loyalty at its purest form, she got up. She was called kind of B's, C word, the garden utensil. I mean, they killed her. They killed her out there, and she's not running with these guys. That's disrespect, and that's loyalty. Now, I don't know what I just don't get it, man. Again, but I get sitting on this side of the table. I understand why we always lose to these employers, because the employers are watching and they're just picking us off one by one. They are. We fight each other. they take billions of dollars to the bank, or they decertify in their shop. All these kinds of things because we continue to fight each other instead of fighting the company. Listen, we're not always going to agree. We're not always going to agree. But the one thing we got to agree on is fighting is fight the company. That's the one thing that we have to do. We have to do that.
I think it's more about we protecting what we have together.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Too many members want to go in and cut a deal or make something happen for themselves so they can prosper. Instead of looking out and say, hey, listen, Johnny over there got hurt. Because this is one injury for one injury for all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand. As soon as you start cutting deals, the company will
divide us. Right. It weakens the collective bargaining agreement. It weakens the local. It weakens the labor movement. It takes away our foundation. It does all those things.
And I think to a lot of other people inside, when they see that happen, they become disinterested in the labor
and
movement.
There
and
you
don't
go.
want to get involved because they're like, well, if I go with these guys, they'll eventually burn me. If I go with these guys, they'll stick up for me, but I'll have these other guys over here wanting to burn me back again anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like you said, so why get involved? Why participate? Because if I go with these guys, like you said, I'm gonna get burned. If I don't support these guys, I'm gonna get burned. Then you know what, man? I might as well don't even cast my vote, take my contract, throw it in the trash, because.
And then a lot of members in this particular election cycle, a lot of members have come to me and they've also talked about how they don't see the Hamiltons or Vermas or Oz's or Freds on a routine enough basis to actually know what's going on. So they don't even participate at the IBT level to even see, or probably read the magazine.
Right, right, absolutely.
They don't take time to read that information to even know what's kind of going on. Nor do they have an outlet, like a video or something that they're sending out routinely and say, hey, listen, let your members see this at our local union meeting so we kind of know who you are, what you're about, what your track record is, what are you willing to stick up for,
absolutely.
What is your record on fairness, dignity, inside the local representation and member to member
engagement.
When charges get pressed, what are you going to do when the hammer comes down? Are you going to be a favoritism kind of guy? Or are you going to be and facts are?
That's why these debates are very important. So I as a member, you as a member, we can look at the candidates and say, hey, if A, B, and C happens, how would you handle it? How would you handle it? Because it happens before. And speaking of what you just said about the Hamiltons and the O'Briens and the Vermas who don't come around until election time. Doing our delegate,
they're all busy working.
Right.
Everybody understands they are busy working.
Right.
But part of that job should be for also to come around and see the individual shops.
Right. Especially if you're right here in the city.
Yeah.
But check this out. It's funny you said that. So, at our delegate election, the ballot count, there was a ballot, an envelope, right? After the election supervisor took that ballot out, I was in the back. So he had, I forgot who came and brought it to him. I think it was Dorian or Kissy. He gave me the envelope. On the back of the envelope, he said, hey, it may have been a she because the handwriting was real nice and proper.
Yeah.
Something like, hey, it would be nice to see some of these candidates come out and talk to the members because we don't know them. We don't know them. And this was written on the back of the envelope.
I agree. And I think there's a big problem with that. So, like, when I was going through campaign time, this is what one member told me. Where have you been? Why haven't I seen you? I said, well, I've been busy working in the building.
Yeah.
You guys knock, I was working 6 days a week.
Right.
50, 60 hours a week during the summertime because of all the pandemic nonsense. I didn't have time to go out and do anything. I still got time because I'll still go work 6 days a week.
Right.
You know what I mean? The opportunity's there for me to go make money. Just like the opportunity's there for you to go make money.
Yeah.
Some people choose to work 4 days a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the bigger problem. I know. Because I'm coming in here and I'm like, I want to make sure that my seniority is kept and tight and I don't have to worry about nothing. I got to worry about everybody else that doesn't want to come to work.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? That's a bigger question.
I know. Man, this thing is crazy today.
Yeah.
So, again, today is 623 Day. Thanks, everybody, for participating. We got a lot of contract surveys filled out. And, again, if we don't see you today, this is not going to be the end. The plan is to do this at least one more time before peak season. And then in 2022, we're going to do it more regularly with our rank and file committee. We're talking about maybe once every 2 months. And then once 2023 gets here, we're going to do it once a month with our rank and file minute, building up our foundation, building up how we want to attack the company in negotiations. And if you're not able to get a contract survey paper, the paper one, you can go online at www.teamsterslocal623.org. That's www.teamsterslocal623.org. Go to the contract survey part, fill it out, you'll be good to go. Also, if you don't have the app, it'll come right to your app. Download the app, union meetings, pickets, rallies, all kind of things is happening. You can get that information right to your phone. Download the app. It's also on the website. You get it. We got QR codes you can scan. Boom, comes right to your phone. You've been to know 24/7, 7 days a week, all day long. Information right to your phone.
It is very handy. The QR code is very handy. I did that today.
Yeah.
Came right up, pop in, brought you right to the page.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
I didn't think it brought me to the information that was relative on the screen.
Right.
That was what I saw.
Right.
I think it brought me to Seamstress 6 website.
Right.
But it didn't bring me the article stating when such and such meeting
What happened? Right.
Like that link's got to get a little more.
Right. Yeah, we've still got some kinks in it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes we don't get everything.
Yeah.
It's hard to get everything.
Oh my
God. So many hours in a day.
Yeah.
I know that very well.
Oh yeah.
I know that very well.
So again, please, people, we want you guys to participate in this upcoming contract situation and the upcoming election. It is very, very important. Again, we have a debate. I'm still going to call it a debate on July 4th, 12 o'clock. To my UPSers, you're off the 5th. It's only going to be an hour and a half. From 12 to 1:30, it's going to be out of here. Again, we have some contingency plans just in case if one group doesn't show up or if they show up unannounced. Again, we got it all scenarios covered. We just didn't throw this together just for whatever reason. We really want our members to have the best information going forward. We're not going to agree on who we want to be in leadership of this great organization.
Have any members submitted questions that they want asked at this debate?
Yes, we got a few questions. Oh, and I'm glad you reminded me of that. Everybody, please email me your questions. I got some really, really good ones. hookabrasi@gmail.com. That's HOOKABRASI.com. gmail.com. Please, I'm going to say it again. HOOKABRASI@gmail.com. Email you. We got some really, and what I like about it, Espo, is this. There is no favoritism. We got some heat for everybody. Heat for Verma, heat for O'Brien, and that's the way it should be. This is why the membership debates are very important. This is not a one-sided debate. This is not where we support you 100% and we support you 100%. Hey, man, we got some questions. We got some concerns for everybody. Listen, 2013 was bad. 2013 was bad. 2018 was bad. A lot of these people had their hand in both of them. And we need to know moving forward, is it going to be more of the same? Is it lip service? Or you really going to make a change? You know,
I would like to see what their policy is on providing electronic information to different locals about what's going on around the country in grievance filings, especially on the master level, to get that more information readily available to every individual.
Yeah.
It's time to update the IBT to come into
the 21st, 22nd century. Yeah.
So everybody has a better idea.
Yeah.
And to have more kind of advertising on the different key legal terms and stuff that members need to know about, like the particulars of the 1650 grievance, that whole issue there, and other legal issues. You know what the company's rights are,
and especially for that, especially for the MRA.
Yeah.
Because some parts of the country get this, some get that, and how it was explained to us, like we explained it to you, we were blindsided. And now we beat the arbitration part, but when they put out that documentation that says, well, if you can't get it through negotiations and you try to get it through, that's ugly.
it does say establish one uniform rate.
Right.
So technically, I think they've got it through negotiations, but somehow this paper made that not happen.
Dude,
right?
Right.
You read it like I read, right?
Absolutely.
It's on the bulletin boards, correct?
And so when the union is telling me that, and then the labor lawyer is telling me that, I'm like, man, like what can you do? And I think that's the part of the education from the local level.
I think that's a local level thing too.
Right.
I can't see how the attorney doesn't see to establish one uniform rate means that it has to be the same standard.
Man, listen.
Because like I asked you guys, I said, well, is the $2 a differential or is it not?
Right.
Right? What is it? Right? Because like technically, I feel like I'm discriminated against because of my full-time position here.
That's
Parsons, working the same hours and not getting any differential.
And that came up.
Same problems as,
that came up today while we were filling the contract surveys out.
Yeah.
One of our members said this. He said, "Listen, I've been here 13 years. I make $20.50. Guy come off the street, day one, you make $19. Is that fair? No, it's not fair."
It seems like the IBT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did the IBT negotiate a contract where they gave away the right to negotiate about wages?
That's what it looks like.
Right?
That's what it looks like.
That's really what's coming from this decision.
Right. Absolutely.
You agree, right?
Absolutely.
We can do whatever we want with the wages across the board.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter, full-time, part-time, whatever. We can do it, and we don't need your consent.
And that's what happened. And those are the type of questions that we need to ask
both candidates,
because both of them were on negotiating committee.
I asked other different people, like from different businesses where I was local. They agreed. The employer's not allowed to go in there and manipulate the wages.
I know.
I sent you guys the
Yep,
labor
absolutely.
right? Touch that. So I'm trying to figure out exactly, in the grand scheme of things, how they came to a different conclusion in the mix.
Absolutely. And that's where these are the questions that both sides need to answer, because both sides were on negotiating committees, national negotiating committees in 2013 and in 2018. And our members need to know, okay, moving forward, these are what these guys are going to do differently now. Because the one thing I hate, this really gets to me. Amazon, right? We want to organize Amazon. Now, they beat Hoffa up, and they should for not organizing. But the people that's beating him up were with him for the last 10 years. They were with him. So they perpetuated the same thing they complained about.
Someone who's the head guy has to take responsibility for all the people underneath. So Hoffa has to be the guy that has to take responsibility. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how it is. But this aggressive campaign, what is it? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I explained this. We had a conversation earlier about this, and they were telling me about what their campaign strategy was. I said, well, how are we getting members from this? Right? You're helping them, but how are we getting members from this? Right? How are you going in there and going to organize people, but all you're really doing is applying political pressure to get them up, right? Instead of organizing as members to unite them together to get more.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And show the example of Teamster Power. What do you say? A nickel an hour for Teamster Power?
Yeah,
right?
a nickel an hour, yeah.
One question, how much does it take? Does it take another nickel to get Amazon a thing? Take 10 cents? I'll give 10 cents an hour for Teamster Power to organize Amazon. Yeah. I'll do it.
It's going to be.
Not everybody will like that.
It's
you know what?
It's going to be a fight, and I don't think we talked about this. So this Friday, we partnered up with this group called Yeah Philly. It's a group of young people getting ready to start working, from 18 to 21, and those are the kind of people that Amazon employs.
Yes.
You know, and so if we can get to them now, before they start working, it'll give us a slight advantage on showing them the union difference between what they're going to get at Amazon and what they get at UPS, doing the same job.
I think most people don't understand the benefits of a union contract and the strength that it truly has.
Yeah.
And there's no kind of, like you said, there's no kind of education that really goes on, even from the joint council level, at our local level for all these years, even the IBT level. It's not even like, hey, let's go run an ad and inquire and talk about the strengths in your statewide contract would matter and help you. Right?
Right.
Let's run that newspaper ad so everybody kind of understands what the power of a union contract is. Right? And that's the only way to reach mass amount of people.
Right, absolutely.
Because everybody will talk about it.
Yep.
It'll hit media lines and this and that.
Yep.
But the newspaper is still the cheapest way to run an ad.
Yep.
Right?
And speaking of newspaper, they're going to be there on July 4th too. They're going to be there because Amazon is such a big thing. they wanted to hear how they plan on doing that. And
yeah, listen, I'm very interested in how that.
I am too, man. I am too.
I didn't see anything that was
concrete. Yep. Nope.
Right.
Nope.
It was a very vague statement.
Yep.
Yep. We got this.
We're going to
put him in as the Amazon package division director,
and that was it.
Organized Amazon. And I'm like, okay, well, what is the big sell point here?
And
what is your strategy going forward?
Right.
How are you going to reach out to these people that honestly, some of them don't really want to pay union dues? So you got to teach them what the value is. There's got to be a value.
And you're right. That's one of the points I put out to these. So I forgot who it was about why the organizing push failed in Bessemer. They didn't see the value in the union.
Yeah,
they didn't see it.
Amazon can say a couple things. My wages, this, that, blah, blah. Okay, that's what I'm relating to. How do you relate to the worker that's at Amazon that probably has a decent health care package? They, mind you, if they're paying $20, $70 an hour, most people think that's decent money.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You would think
it's
that.
a struggle to live myself.
Right, it is. But like you said, but if you're 18, because that's where the
still living at home, $20
right.
ain't
See,
bad.
that's the thing, and that's where the Amazon company is getting the majority of their workforce. 18, 24, still stay at home, all them kinds of things, And so what we got to do is hit them before they work at Amazon. And that's why I'm glad we got this new partnership so we can do that. But we got to use our own people. The best example to Amazon worker is a UPS worker. They do the same job. You get them, you take them off the job, contract campaign, spend some of that money you got, because they're always talking about millions of dollars. Let's go out there and do it.
Yeah, I think it's very wise to get part-timers involved in that particular campaign drive, because the overall Amazon picture seems to be they want to spit people in and out, and I think part-timers more relate to the value of the union, telling them what that is. We need to make it more of a career or more value in the future for you. If you stay with us. Absolutely.
So again, July 4th, guys, July 4th. As you guys see the conversation we have, there's are so many things that our duly elected candidates ask those questions. We need those questions answered. We need those concerns met. We need all of that, And listen, guys, listen. To all my UPSers, I can't stress it enough. July 5th, you're off. July 4th is going to be an hour and a half tops. That's it. This is not going to be an all-day thing. It's going to be early enough in the day you can get back out to your home, cook out, have the next day off. I'm going to get to you like this. An hour and a half to decide the next 5 years. An hour and a half to decide the next 5 years with a UPS contract in it. So we can complain about all hookers on the. Don't let that persuade you not to come.
Listen, I think Hamilton said it best. I seen the video with him talking about how people don't get involved and don't vote. This is your opportunity to make something happen, to get involved, to hold those people accountable. You might not see every day.
Right.
So this is what's going on here. What have you done to make amends? What have you done to come here? Have you has anyone requested the truck to come down? Have anyone come around and say, hey, this is where we need to show the team for might is here, that we're active, not just a whole bunch of people on the side of the road.
Right.
We need the whole center to come out and be like, boom.
Right.
You know
Absolutely.
I mean?
Absolutely.
And they need to know what's going on. They need to go and make it happen.
Absolutely.
Someone along the line's got to make that joint effort.
Yep. All right. So, all right, good people. We're going to get ready to get out of here. We got a class downstairs for summer camp. But again, we're going to be back out there today, throughout the course of the day. Water ice, lapel pins, contract surveys, new member books, contracts, stickers for your car, 623 stickers. Listen, we really got to get ready to fight this company. Not next year, not whenever, right now. And we're starting that. Part-timers, be on the lookout for these new lists. All right, you asked for them, you got them. All the negativity. Listen, I'm telling you, anybody got any issues, any questions, let me give my number again. 267-235-1588. I'm accessible. I'm approachable. I'll talk to anybody. We can talk. You'll understand why I feel the way I feel about this election. I'll give you facts to support it. I'm not going to beat you down about who you support. And I know everybody, oh man, how can you do that? Loyalty. Listen, ask Kim Schultz about loyalty. Ask her. She got beat down, man. A woman. They called all.
It's a charity local. You have to remain neutral. You have to remain neutral. That's the hardest
part. Right. I do have to remain neutral. I have to.
In this,
right.
Issues around, but the members need to have their voices speaking out
right.
amongst themselves.
They have to, man. But I don't like the negativity, because what happens is it drowns out all the stuff that we need to get done in order to fight this company. And they watch, man. They watch it like a hawk, man. They watch it like a hawk. They prey on that stuff. And that's why when people start talking all this noise about what we do here at 63, this is how I respond. I go in there, there's a contract survey. I go in there, this is how much money we got in grievance payments. I go in there, this is what we did to the hall. I go in there, hey, this is what we're doing for our organizing. I go in there, this is the partnership we got. Every time they do that, because I want the company to always know, no matter what people say about Hooker and the leadership here, my focus will always remain on fighting the company. It's just that simple. What you got? What's that, grievance check?
Grievances pay, buddy. Grievances pay. Everybody got that? Grievances pay, all right?
Grievance checks.
Grievance checks.
That's what we do, man.
But you got to be brave enough to file a grievance.
Absolutely.
You can't be someone that goes around and says, oh, I'm not like you guys, I don't want to file a grievance, right? I'm not going to say who said it, but I was very embarrassed when the guy said it, because the same guy was upset when they were giving him push cutting him hours and the supervisor's working. See, I can't go around there and go out of my way to stick up for what? Because as soon as I file a grievance, the guy's name on it, is he going to take the money? Or is he going to say, nah, you can keep it, and then the grievance disappears, and I don't know who got paid?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it happened, but you know what I mean?
Well, I got you.
But
yeah.
You cannot support the mentality without sticking together. You got to support the
we got to and
show people that it works.
And that's what we do. Every time they put it out there, Expo, listen, this is what we doing. Hooker, $70,000 in grievance payouts. Hooker, why can't do that? Listen, we organizing new shops. But listen, we in the buildings every day. So I don't know what else. But we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep grinding. September. Before we open up the building in September for union business, we're gonna have a big party, cookout, break bread. We're gonna talk about how bad the Eagles gonna do that year, and my Vikings going to the Super Bowl. Just stuff like that. How Ben Simmons can't shoot. That's what we're gonna be talking about.
That's the most embarrassing.
Dude, that's bad. Oh my God,
ever.
That's bad. So that's what we're gonna. Before we get back into the union business, we just want to come out, break bread, talk trash to each other, play some spades, dominoes, all the other kind of stuff that we do, man. And then the last week in September, have our e-board meeting, have our general membership meeting, man. Just get back into the business of conducting. Hey Keith, man, that's foul, man. The Vikings are the greatest team that haven't won a Super Bowl yet. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here because I know it's getting ready to get loud. So we're gonna get out. I gotta go back up to the airport real quick. See you guys soon. Again, stay united, stay together. We're not gonna agree. I know you guys gonna listen. I let you guys do who I was voting for at our last general membership meeting. Did nobody say anything about it? But we're gonna continue to fight. We're going to continue to fight against this employer, not against each other. All right? And shout out to Vinny Perone again, man. What you did yesterday was very, very honorable, admirable, and I appreciate that to you. Always have my support. Always have my respect. I wish these other guys that came out there today, I wish they would have did the same thing. But then they see why I don't support them. You keep proving it to us. You keep proving it. I don't make this up. But we're going to get out of here again. God bless. See you guys soon. Hopefully sometime in September I can do the show again because it's just really, really busy. But I love you guys. We'll see you guys real soon. All right. Peace out.